Dr. Carson, thank you very much for agreeing to this interview with thebestschools.org. It is an honor for us to be able to share your thoughts on education with our readers. Despite growing up poor in Detroit, you became a gifted pediatric neurosurgeon and professor of medicine at a world-renowned institution, Johns Hopkins University. What were the key points in your education that led to this remarkable success?
Well, the big thing was I was not a very good student. My mother, who only had a third grade education, always had a feeling that education was important. And she worked as a domestic, cleaning people's houses, and she noticed that those people who were very successful did a lot of reading. They didn't sit around watching TV a lot. And after praying for wisdom, she came up with this idea that we needed to be readers. And we needed to watch much less television. Now, my brother and I weren't all that enthusiastic about that idea, needless to say, but in those days you had to do what your parents told you. So we had to read the books, and I gotta say, after a while, I actually began to enjoy it because we were very poor, but between the covers of those books, I could go anywhere, I could do anything, I could be anybody. I began to know amazing things. I used to be so enamored of the smart kids because they knew so much. But all of a sudden, I knew stuff that they didn't know. And I said, the reason for that is because you're reading. And it got to the point where my mother didn't have to make me read. She was saying, Benjamin, put the book down and eat your food. I was always reading. And it really changed the trajectory of my life. And even later on when I got to high school. And, a lot of times the teachers were not able to teach because they spent the whole hour disciplining people. By that time, I was firmly into getting a good education. So I would go back after school, talk to my teachers, say, what were you planning on teaching? And they would always look forward to seeing me and knowing that they could share their lesson plan with somebody. And I got a lot of extra tutoring. So even though I was in an inner city high school that wasn't known for academics, I was able to get the kind of preparation that allowed me to get through Yale University.